Hey guys, Bonehead here again, bringing you another build video. This one will be the first of many Wildstar build videos that I'll be doing for you guys. The first one, as you can see, is a Spellslinger build. So the first one I'll start with is like a healing build. It's one that I've put together with my friend Ryan. So for his Spellsling healer for our group, and we've had a careful dig through and sort of picked the best abilities that we like for it and everything, and hopefully you guys like it too. So I'll get started. So as you can see here, nothing in the assault tree because that's all attacks. So let's avoid all that. First thing I'll do is probably go to utility. So as you probably know so far, you've got assault abilities, which are based on your assault power, and so the assault power is the thing that'll govern all the stats. Support has all support power governing its stuff. So for your gear, obviously you want to go support sort of gear, support power gear, and then utility uses a bit of both. So you'll see where it has like here, deal 21.49% of both assault and support power. So in utility first, we'll just pick up gate here and just leave it at base. We don't really need to boost it up any other tiers. But yeah, as you can see here, gate, blink forward 17 meters and apply a stun to 5 foes. So this will stun enemies for 3.25 seconds and destroys 1 interrupt armor. So for when you're out dungeoning or even just out in the world, you'll see a lot of bigger creatures and things will have interrupt armor before you can actually apply stuns and things to them. So that'll break through. The other one we want to pick up on this tree here is arcane shot. Same sort of deal. Both of these will actually get rid of an interrupt armor off the enemy. So good stuff for that, for especially when you've got bosses and things that have multiple layers of interrupt armor. You can actually you've got 2 different abilities. One is to stand back and fire it in. So that's arcane shock would be the main one that you would use as the healer, because a gunslinger healer, opposed to being the medic is a lot closer in the battle, whereas like all their abilities are quite close range for the heals and things. So a gunslinger healer can stay further out of the fight. So that's why we're focusing on a gunslinger healer for the group. And so you can see the arcane shock one is a 35 meter range. To apply that destroy and interrupt armor or prevent creatures and people using cast time abilities. So that's for 5 seconds that happens. So yeah, usually you'll just use the arcane shock as your shock to destroy interrupt armor, but then gate as well will blink you into the fight and apply a stun or destroy the interrupt armor. You can also use that as a bit of a escape mechanism. So for the 17 meter forward blink to get away as well. So that's why we've added both of those into there. And then so for the meat of the whole thing, support tree. So yeah, lots of abilities here. First one is the obvious one, runic healing. Runic healing is like your sort of white heal. It only uses 4 focus per tick of 2-second channels, so you're not using much focus to cast that. Single target, whereas a lot of the other ones you'll see will heal the group and things like that. So this is basically your little white hit thing to just focus on the tank and things while you're waiting on cooldowns and things. And so yeah, for this one here, we actually want to start putting a few points up here. We take it up to the fourth tier. As you can see down the bottom here, tier 4 and tier 8 give you your special extra benefits for these abilities. So here, basically this will boost up the healing for it, and then you'll also grant a defense. so decrease the magic damage taken by 10%, or while they're stationary, to 16%, which works great for a tank if the tank's not moving as much as the others. I mean, in Wildstar, everyone's moving around a lot in fights, but yeah, so that's your basic little one you want to start with. Next one here, Runes of Protection. I'll leave it at base. I don't really worry about putting any extra points into it. Runes of Protection is basically a big absorb shield for you and 4 other allies. So you can see what it says there. Grant an absorb shield for yourself and 4 allies for 10 seconds. With Spell Surge, it's more powerful. And so yeah, just even keeping that at base is quite a powerful absorb thing for the group. So like I did with the Inquisitor for Star Wars: The Old Republic, for their healing trees and things, I did a lot of stuff with shield, like shield healer. So you're putting shields on people and then putting hots on them to heal them up while the shield takes the damage, and that will work quite well for this too. So yeah, basically, as you can see, you get your base heal so far. We'll pick up Runes of Protection to get that. Now here, Vitality Booster, I don't really like. It's, you know, for sitting around waiting on that channel to come up to get the big heal. You know, rather than just casting abilities that you know how much they're going to heal for. So rather than sitting around waiting for your charges to charge up before you release this big burst, early on it's a very good ability, but for the final build we ignore it. Astral Infusion, same sort of thing. We're skipping over that one for the rest of the build. Healing Salve. Now this is where things get proper. This is where we get a proper big hot. So I'm going to pick that one up, and then you can see here you've got all these things up to tier 4 where it reduces the occurrence to every 2 seconds. So basically the way this works is you put Healing Salve on yourself and 9 allies, so up to 10 people can be have this on them all at once for 20 seconds. Whenever they take damage, they'll heal back a bit of health, and that happens every 3 seconds normally. If we get it to tier 4, that makes it every 2 seconds it can happen. And then so for this one ability, we do want to go all the way to the top to tier 8, where it increases maximum health by 100%. So basically what we're doing is, for that 20 seconds that this is on the whole group, they'll all be healing every 2 seconds as they take damage, and then for the duration they've actually got boosted health as well, so which is very useful, especially when you've got you know, some of the squishier things in the group. So yeah, definitely a very good one, the Healing Salve for the whole thing. Next one here, Dual Fire. This one is an awesome ability for someone who's a focused healer. What we do is we'll throw this up to tier 4. That boosts what it does, and as you can see, Dual Fire, basically what it is both your weapons you fire, and one will heal all your allies, so heal up to 5 allies, heal them for a good amount, while the other one damages up to 5 enemies in the same area. So you're healing and damaging all in one ability that doesn't cost too much focus, and has a 5-second cooldown here, but once we get it to tier 4 here, it actually cooldown is reduced to 1 second. So you can see here, so now basically you can just spam this away, and you'll be healing your friends and damaging the enemy. So when you're not having to worry too much, or if it's you know, when you're in the sort of lull in the fights and you don't need to worry so much about managing all your heals as much, you can just start dual firing into the area, damaging and healing at the same time. So very good that. Healing Torrent, unlocked through amps, so we'll come back to him. Next one, Void Spring, we want to pick up. Void Spring is awesome. It's another hot, so heal over time, and basically you put a big circle on the ground. Anyone who stands in that circle is going to get healed. So every 1 second it's healing to everybody. So what I'd like to do, we're going to get this one here to tier 4. It makes the circle up to 12 meters across instead of 10 meters, and it lasts 12 seconds. So and also we've picked up along the way here boosting how much it heals by and everything. So very good, especially when you work it with healing salve. You can throw both of those down, healing salve on all the people, void spring on the ground where the fight's happening, and they're going to have 2 heal over times sort of going off on them at the same time. So now here, regenerative pulse and sustain we're not going to use on this build either. As you can see here, that leaves us up the top here with 1 spell left, which is our healing torrent. But I'm going to have to take you guys through into the amps first to be able to pick that one up. So let's flick across to amps, and we're going to have a look through here to see what we need to do. The amps for this build is quite easy, really. So first thing we want to focus on is over here in support. I want to pick up focus recovery, and we want to pick up focus costs reduced. So you can see increase the recovery rate and reduce the cost of focus. So you don't want to go basically. Next thing we want to do here is go Savior. Landing a heal on an ally that's below 30% health grants a 10% chance to restore an additional amount of health every 2 seconds for 4 seconds. So that's a nice little one to pick up. Next one over here we want to get is augmented armor. Landing a heal on an ally affected by affinity, runes of protection, or healing salve applies a defense, which increases their armor rating. So basically, as you already know, we've got healing salve maxed out, and it lasts for 20 seconds. So basically, if there's any time when your teammates don't have healing salve on them, you're doing it wrong. So which basically means every time you cast any other heal on them, they're also going to get improved armor rating for 10 seconds as well. So next one we want in this tree, clarity. Using an ability grants 10% chance to gain efficiency, which reduces focus cost by 20% for 4 seconds. So again, we're just trying to maximize and make sure we never run as a healer for the group. And the focus is what all of your support stuff is based on. So we want to make sure we keep that in there. And now for the maximum top of the tree here, desperation. This thing is awesome. While your focus is below 100 after 2 seconds, generate 60 focus every 2 seconds for 8 seconds, can only occur every 2 minutes. So basically, even with all of our focus, recovery and everything, if you're in a big long fight and you get in trouble and you really run low on focus, this desperation will automatically activate and start filling you back up with focus to keep healing the group. Next one here, healing torrent unlocks healing torrent. So that's where we were trying to get to. But while I'm in this section here, let's go ahead and pick up healing aura. Using a spell surged ability causes you and 4 allies within 30 meters to restore 31% health every 1 second for 5 seconds. So, and as you know, spell surge is basically your F button ability. So when you're in there and you have to seriously put down some big heals, is when you're going to be spell surging. So to have a thing there that makes everybody get extra health for 5 seconds just for having spell surged abilities going off is going to be very beneficial to the group. So now I might actually take us back to abilities, and we'll finish off this healing torrent here, which is basically, now that we can, let's pick up healing torrent and let's take it to tier 4. Getting this one to tier 4 is very important because of what tier 4 gives it. So basically what healing torrent is is a heal spell that hits yourself and 4 allies for very good heal, 123.26% plus 2,300. But then when you get it to tier 4, it also gives an absorb shield on those allies, as long as they're affected by either Void Spring or Healing Salve. So as you can see, Void Spring, Healing Salve. So there are hots that we're going to have on them and have on the ground whenever we can. And so when you have those on and then you start hitting the group with Healing Torrent as well, you're actually going to give them an absorb shield and heal them at the same time. So quite a good thing to have there. So that's all the abilities actually sorted. So as you can see, nothing here in the assault. Your escape / stun ability, and then an arcane shock ability to break off interrupt armor and stop them using cast time abilities or their big attack abilities. So in there, and then here in support, a little white hit, a good shield, some hots, a bit of damage and healing together, and then a healing torrent for when you have the hots on them, and you can throw that down, and it'll also give an absorb shield. So it works very well, especially hots and shielding just go hand in hand, because when you have the shield on them, if someone's, that's what I'd probably do is not use runes of protection much, and basically just use hots and your runic healing when you don't need to heal much, and then when things get serious, or someone gets quite low, you can throw the runes of protection out, and it's going to give that absorb shield. So while your hots are healing and you're trying to heal everyone up, the shield will take the damage instead. So it's a very, very useful way to do it. So that's all the way through. Let's go back to amps and let's get that finished off. So as you can see, that's the support tree well and truly used. We've gotten a lot of focus stuff, and then all the top tier things on here. And so next thing we want to pick up, we'll go to the top here, and basically all we're going to do here is just pick up all these crit bonus things in the bottom section. So here, increase your crit chance and increase crit severity. So critical hits work for heals as well. And so basically you're increasing the chance and how much boost a crit gets. So whenever you can crit heal, it's going to give you that extra boost of healing, which is quite nice. And then the next thing we want to do is come down to get some pretty cool stuff down in this bottom utility section. So between CC resilience, cooldown, and dash regen, I've gone with cooldowns. Depending on, you can choose which way you want to go with that, out of those three, but yeah, I like the cooldowns through the middle here. Then I go down here and pick up reorient. Dashing removes daze and restores 40% endurance, which is when you get dazed, you can just dash to the side or something, and that'll just wipe that off, and you're good and ready to keep going and keep healing. And then here, evasive maneuvers as well. Dashing grants a defense, which decreases damage received by 7. So both dashes and dash abilities there, just to give a bit of utility to your dash. And then in the bottom section here, I'll take this one here, Homeward Bound, which I find is awesome. Basically here, taking damage that would kill you instead places you in the void for 4 seconds. So what happens there is when you do misdodge that big attack that comes through that would just knock you right down, at that point you basically just go bam into the void for 4 seconds, pop back out, and off you go healing again straight away, rather than losing their healer because you got hit by some big attack, and suddenly everyone's stuck with no healer until you respawn or what have you. So very powerful thing, that Homeward Bound, and which sort of wraps up our entire section for amps. So you can see there, basically the whole thing is about support, working our way through, making sure that we never run and that we do the most healing as possible. Then getting some crits stuff so we can try and get some boosted heals for free. And then down here, cooldowns, dodge utility, and then Homeward Bound. So yeah, very good. All the bits for that. Last part of the whole thing would be stats and what to focus on. Basically, your main one here is Insight. Insight is your support power, and other than that, you probably want to pick up enough grit to give yourself enough health, and Moxie. So Moxie for your crit chance. The others, obviously, Assault, Power, and Strike Through, and things aren't really going to be what you're looking for. So you basically, you want to max out your Insight, quite a bit for grit, and quite a bit for Moxie on your gear and everything, and sort of focus on that, and keep you out of trouble. So yeah, so let me know what you think. Try it out. Let me know if you like the whole shield hot healing sort of system. It's one of my favorites, and it's one my friend Ryan's using for our group. And Bonehead out.